This case study is primarily about a customer of Datamatics who is in the business of giving certifications for English proficiency. Now, this client is headquartered in the UK. They have partnered with various governments, schools, colleges, universities across the world. Their program covers a wide range of courses in testing English language for applicants. Now, these applicants could be for visa purposes, for immigration purposes, or simply preparing for an admission test, or they could alternatively simply be looking to improve upon their English language skills. The traditional method of doing this meant that the applicants needed to go to a testing center where they would undergo the course and then they would be tested and certified. Datamatics was engaged by this customer, and what we did was we trained a team of highly proficient people in the Philippines. And these were not just your regular customer service representatives. On the other hand, they were actually certified teachers with very, very special skills. Extensive background checks had been completed on all of them. This allowed the testers basically to evaluate each of these candidates over a webcam, wherein they would then evaluate them for their efficiency, for their English language proficiency, and accordingly mark them and give them their due certification. We hired and trained over 100 people in batches. The key challenges to this program was that the recruitment cycle itself was very challenging. All of our team members needed to pass extensive background checks, which would also in turn be vetted by government agencies. They needed to be qualified teachers with a background in education. This meant that a typical cycle of hiring, which would normally take us about 2 weeks, was scaled at about 35 to 40 days. And we had over 95% success rate in identifying and recruiting the right people. All of these agents were based out of Manila in the Philippines, where they continue to operate. By doing this, Datamatics was able to help the client move from a brick and mortar based operation to a virtual operation where our agents now proctor these candidates. They review them, they verify their ID, they review their progress, and they ensure that the candidates themselves are fully up to speed. The benefits to the customer were pretty incremental on an ongoing basis. Their cost savings were approximately about 40%. The CSAT scores have consistently ranged between 8.5 to 9. And more importantly, they were able to migrate the entire program to a virtual environment without affecting productivity, without affecting throughput, and which also allowed the process of applying for the certification to continue in a seamless manner despite the many challenges that the pandemic, for example, presented. As a consequence, Datamatics is now the preferred partner for this client for remote proctoring, for candidate evaluation, and for testing.